Hey, it's MK, and I am here with the Mixed Media Mayhem layout for you guys today. And today we are lifting Moira O'Reilly. She is just an amazing scrapbooker, and so I'm super blessed to be able to lift her. I'm also mixing this up with Woodgrain and Winter. And I have this lovely photo right here from our December, well, it's actually our winter shoots over in the Northeastern Nevada Railway Museum. And this photo is actually by Ben Coons, who allowed me to repost these photos over on my Facebook page if you guys are interested in looking. So I've got this little train right here and a die cut that I'm thinking about using to cover up the words. And then I have lots of other little laser cut pieces from the foliage collection, as well as this stencil here that is from I don't know what I'm doing. It's from Paige Evans, and it is her Starburst stencil. It's one of her very first stencils that she came up with, which I believe is still available on her website, pagetaylorevans.com. I'm going to be putting this Winter White Nouveau Glacier paste all the way through it. I just find that it is easier for me to use up the exact same supplies throughout the entire kit rather than trying to reinvent the wheel and go and get all the white yada yadas that I know of. And I can't remember which one of these tools fits in the bottle, so I decided to pull them both out. And then I have these acetate pieces that are of the holly. I think they're going to add a little bit more to my layout as well. I have this gorgeous candy stripe print that I would love to include somehow, some way in my layout. And then I have this beautiful birch paper going on, or aspen paper. It's from the Heidi Swap Wolfpack collection from 2018, and I'm going to slide all the way over because I'm looking for the name of the paper, and it is actually called Woodland. So I've been hoarding this piece of wood grain for the perfect layout for quite some time, and I think this is it. So from the Some Assemblage Required December embellishment box, I have the acrylic pieces and the wood pieces, and then the tree charms. I'm not going to use the tree charms, but I think I'm going to use the wood title and a few of the snowflakes. Maybe not all of them, but a few of them. Okay, so I'm going to start off by, of course, cutting off my branding strips. And then what I plan on doing, I'm going to use these pieces here to map my photo. And then, of course, I'm going to gut out my, I think I'm going to gut out this candy stripe, or am I just going to use it on my photo? I don't know, you guys. I don't remember, to be honest. I think I just use it for matting my photo. But this photo is absolutely fabulous. So during the winter photo shoot over at the train yard, it's phenomenal, you guys. A lot of photographers come out and compete for basically the next footprint, right? The train footprint on which is, I didn't realize it was such a high market, to be honest. But yes, the photographers compete to have their photos published, chosen and published throughout the year for the train museum. And so I think it's pretty cool. And Ben Kern, is actually one of the finalists, and his work is fabulous. I have a couple of his photos on my Facebook group Facebook page. If you guys are interested in going and checking it out, it's all the way back in March. I have several of them. Several of my favorites from him, I should say. But the train, to be honest, is train number 81. And I love train 81. It's actually green. It's painted green in real life. And it is a 1917 Baldwin. And it is type 280 consolidation. Now, what 280 stands for is that there are two small wheels up by the grill of this. So in front, there are two small wheels. They're called pilot wheels. And then in the back, the two little wheels help guide the locomotive on the tracks and around curves, while the 8 drive wheels in the back just sit there and manhandle the driving portion, the steam engine portion of this of the engine, right? And so it has 4 wheels on one side and 4 wheels on the other side. Now my little train piece, my little wood piece, only had 3 wheels. So in the end, I don't end up using that piece because it really doesn't work as well as the Winter Beauty title works for my layout. So anyways, this train, which blows me out of the water. But if you look at it from today's standard, this is a lot of money. When this train was first built, it was purchased for $23,700. And it was placed in general freight service for the Cobra mine, and that is here in Nevada. And in 1939, she was fitted with a stoker and a coal tower in the yard to receive a separate wooden bin for the stoker and the coal to keep them separated because it needed both. It needed coal and wood to run this engine. So anyways, I just finished the mixed media part, and like I said, it is very muted. I went ahead and I added a little bit of splatter, as it's a Shimmer's color splash splatter called Bronze Baby. And I just definitely did not want this mixed media to take away from my photo, for sure. So when you move it and when you turn the page in the album and all that stuff, you can see it. It is totally visible. But as a straight on camera shot like we're getting now, you're not going to be able to see it for the remainder of the video. I promise it's there. And I think I used the exact same stencil as Myra too, but I'm not really sure. It is unknown. So anyways, 81 was retired and donated to the White Pine Public Museum, which is where she rests today, or is actually operated today. She doesn't rest. That was back in 1961. She actually returned to Ely with engine number 93. That's another one of my personal favorites. They're like my children, you guys, I swear. So she was stored in the engine house for over 20 years before undergoing restoration. So it took them 20 years. So in 1981 is when she was actually ready to be back on the tracks and run for any of the, what is it called? Any of the fun little things that the museum does. So which I think is fitting since her number has always been 81. She was she was donated to the museum in 61, and it took them 20 years. So in 81, she made her debut on the tracks and back willing to work. So it says here that restoration of a steam locomotive is not easy or cheap, which, is one of the reasons why they do what they do at the museum. They have these photo shoot competitions. They have, you can go and be an engineer for a day and learn how to drive either a steam or a diesel locomotive. That helps pay for the restoration. They have donors, they have donations, they have banquets, things like that. Lots and lots of things. What's it called? I can't remember what the Halloween train is called right off the top of my head. The Polar Express, all of those go to the engines. Everything goes to the maintenance and restoration of the engines and the cars and the tracks and everything, you guys. No money is spent on employees because it's all volunteer work. Every single thing is volunteer. We go and we put our time in because we love the history of all of the museums, or all of the trains. So the crew spent hundreds of hours dismantling this locomotive, cleaning every part, machining replacement parts, inspecting every inch, and fabricating new pieces. After the rebuild, testing and certifications were completed. In 81, entered the service for the railroad and pulls excursion trains, which is what she is doing now. So it's just excursions, meaning she's taken a car full of passengers down the track and back. Super, super fun, to be honest. So I just really have a blast watching these beasts go down the tracks, in all honesty, and coming out of a tunnel. I can watch that all day, every day. So in the background, I took my Winter Beauty title and I took a white paint pen to it and went ahead and colored in the word winter, so that way I had a little bit of two-tone going on in my wood grain or my wood veneer, and that is pretty much it. I basically laid out my embellishments the way that Moira did. I also too replaced her butterflies with snowflakes. That is how I saw the transition, because I'm working with a snowy layout instead of a bright, cheerful, summery layout. So anyways, thank you, Moira, so very much for allowing us to lift you today and use your layout as inspiration. I appreciate that. For Mixed Media Mayhem, I have 2 links down below, so that way if you're not a part of our Facebook community, please click on the first link, which will take you to the group, and you can ask to join there. And then the second one is, if you are part of our Facebook community, this link will take you straight to the album for today's layout inspiration, and you can see everybody's how they were all inspired by Moira's layout for today. And then the third link that I have down below is for all the wonderful people that are playing along with us for Woodgrain and Winter. I am having a blast watching everybody's creativity, bringing in all this wood grain, you guys. This is so fabulous. I absolutely love it. So anyways, those are the links that I have for you guys. I appreciate you guys stopping by and checking out my layout for today. Thank you so much, and I will check y'all later. Bye.